Sanitation is absolutely key. Sanitation, yes, is about dignity. It is about expanding the frontiers of safety, particularly for women and the girl child. But sanitation is a fantastic industrial opportunity for continental competitiveness. Africa can lead. And the third one, and the one that we've been unstuck on for far too long, is about organizing for the industrialization of new wastewater solutions. Large plants, yes, but large plants that not only clean our wastewater, but large plants that actually become energy power producers in our system. Our science says we can do this. We must make it happen. And increasingly, decentralized solutions combining water and energy and food and health so that we have a collective security. So this is a possibility that exists that we should take advantage of right now. But we have other problems on the African continent. One of these problems that's a global problem, including right here in Sweden, is acid mine water. Everywhere that has been mined in the world has an acid mine water problem. We have some of the biggest hotspots on our continent, of course, Zambia, South Africa, Ghana. So what we've been working with in the South African environment, together with many African partners, I should point out, is organizing first to characterize the nature of the problem. And you will recognize the people on the picture. These are the members of the Bureau, the Ministers' Council of AMPA. Some of you are here today. Launching this atlas that we've created as a national atlas for South Africa to say exactly where is the problem, what is the nature of the risk, and more importantly, what are the opportunities associated with it. Because acid mine water is a very interesting thing. Right now it's toxic, it's a pollutant. But if we treat it in the right way, we not only get out of it the precious resource of water, but inside that acid mine water are these clever little bacteria that have been playing around for years and years, that have worked out how to mine the environment out of it. So what you have is a collective soup that is rich in minerals. If we have the right kind of regulatory environment, if we have the right kind of incentives, we can bring in the private sector players to mine out the minerals for their benefit and return to us in the public system the water that we need. This could be a game changer for the continent. This could be a game changer for the world. And this is another area in the wastewater domain where Africa can and should lead. The next issue I want to raise is the issue around recycling. Now, I can't tell you the story again because I told it to you yesterday. But the purple pipe revolution is something that we need to organize ourselves. What is the African opportunity in this domain? It is estimated that in the next 30 years, 50 of the new mega cities in the world will actually be on the African continent. It is predicted by 2050 that this will be the most populous continent on Earth. It is currently the youngest continent, given our demographic profile and given the aging profile elsewhere in the world. Africa is going to be the center of the world. So in the way they've done that map, it actually finally is accurate. Africa is in the center of the world. This new center of the world is going to have these 50 new mega cities, many of which, out of that 50, 3 currently exist, which means for 47 of them, we don't have to retrofit. For 47 of them, we can design how we want it to be right now, going into the future. We can build in recycling systems, we can build in artificial wetlands, we can design for urban agriculture to take care of our agricultural and food needs inside the city. We can organize for the right environmental layout so that we treat our waste inside the city and not exploit the rural environment out of it. This is an opportunity that exists for us as well. And incidentally, this is destined to be one of the big money makers for those of you who have such a desire going into the world into the next 20 years. This is what the companies are looking at. This is the conversation that's happening among the private players in places like the International Water Association. And then the fourth industrial revolution. I mean, one of the examples that was mentioned yesterday, I think was July, about Africa leapfrogging landline technology into the mobile technology. It has been the most incredible example of leapfrogging anywhere in the world. We also have other leapfrogs. For example, we are the continent that has the biggest radio telescope in the world, and this already exists. with the launch of the Ghana station by the President of Ghana just last week. Another area is how we embrace this fourth industrial revolution. And one of the things that it gives us is a toolbox that we've never had before. Now, here is an example of what you can do with that. So in that graph, we are already using satellite imagery to measure water use in agriculture. That is a real-time data picture of an agricultural field, and in that you can work out exactly at any time of the day how much of water is in that soil moisture, and by calculation how much is abstracted from the resource. So even when the farmers don't want to tell you how much water they've taken from the river, you can know anyway. Now, we don't only want to use this to regulate, we want to use this to plan. We want to be able to use this as a planning tool around how we can organize for better agriculture, better urban development, better industrial development, and we have that available to us. The sophistication of the technology has gone to the point where we can now use satellite imagery to work out where water is leaking in your reticulation system. It has that level of sensitivity. So on your mainline pipes, you no longer have to wait for the water to bubble up to the surface. You no longer have to dig and close up your roads for a couple of days while you find the leak, and then another 2 weeks while you fix it. You can use the satellite imagery to locate where it is and have a focused attention on how you repair it right where you are. This continent, this African team, should be embracing this and riding this wave into the future. But we can do more than that. We live in the world of big data now. We are in the cloud. All of you have been tweeting and sending your pics on Instagram so people can see how good you look in Stockholm. You've been using the cloud all week. Now we need to use that for more useful purposes. Now on the other side, there's an example of how we're currently using it in some of our projects. We know we have smart meters and they're all over this continent already. We're now using the data from their smart meters to help to modify people's behavior. So if you were in a large city in my country, you will get a municipal account that will tell you not only how much water you use now for this month, but how that compares to what you did at the same time in the last 12 months and what your pattern has been for the year. For the people who read it, they look at this data and say, maybe I should do something about my water consumption, but most people don't, even the ones that read it. So we've gone to the next step and said, well, maybe we can incentivize a little competition among people. And this is one of our current experiments, where we're no longer telling you only what you do, but we're giving you a rating to say that in your block, with the other 50 families that live around you, on the basis of your water consumption, you're actually number 49. You're water wasteful. Now, nobody wants to be number 49. Everyone wants to do something about that. And so you start incentivizing using behavioral tools on the back of the IT platform that already exists to start moving the behavior towards water-wise behaviors. Now, this graph, I see I've loaded the wrong presentation. This graph is a lecture on its own, and for those of you who are interested, after the banquet tonight we can meet. But the thing to take from this graph is just two things. The future of water security in the world, the future of water security on our continent depends on getting two things right. One is we have to have water-wise behavior. There is no alternative to this. Absolutely no alternative to this. We have to be efficient as individual citizens, we have to be efficient as corporate citizens, and things like new pricing policies that say that if you are in this efficiency envelope, you'll actually get an incentive and a discount, and if you are in the penalized sector, then you will pay a penalty for it. So getting the behavior right is fundamental. And the second part is that we have to be innovative on our supply options. There are only so many places we can build dams. Dams aren't terribly efficient anyway. The evaporation index at high temperatures tells us we need to do it another way. So groundwater recharge, recycling, wastewater treatment, these are the future options that we need to invest in. And where does that get you? If you get your water system right, you automatically start addressing what is known as the triple challenge in the world, but we come from a research organization, so we have to take it up a notch. So we call it the cubed challenge, because everything multiplies on itself. And this cubed challenge in the world is the poverty, unemployment, inequality nexus. And we are saying that in the way we deal with water, We organize for ourselves through knowledge solutions, through the development of enterprise and business, through removing the social barriers currently associated with differential access to water and sanitation, and collectively deal with poverty, unemployment, and inequality. Not only is this powerful in its own right, because of course it is, but the other side of the coin of poverty, unemployment, and inequality is of course growth and competitiveness and prosperity. And how often do we talk about Africa in those terms? We need to enable ourselves to get into this new conversation. This is a way to deal with it, and the problem we actually want to solve belongs to the space here. Because at the very bottom of the pyramid of discrimination is a black woman and an African woman in a wheelchair in a rural environment. If you wanted a single marker, because people are talking about indicators and multiple indicators for SDGs, if you want a single marker of whether or not you're getting it right, if you can change her fate, you're getting somewhere. And if you're not able to change your fate, you should really reconsider your strategy. So colleagues, I want to talk about this thing a little more, that the notion that we are sitting on a continent that is going to determine the future of the world. And this is not just something I am saying and the people around me, it's coming from everywhere. This is the president of the African Development Bank addressing the bank's board and summit meeting in India a couple of weeks ago, and he's talking about the notion that in Africa there's gold in that dirt, and he's no longer talking about mining. He's talking about the African possibility around transforming the economic status of the world as a whole, and we need to get into that belief system. But we need to go one step further. We're sitting here in Stockholm, far away from our continent. And there's a reason for that. Because the established and accepted fifth region of the African Union is, of course, the diaspora. Many thousands of years ago, we all started here. We went to the other continents of the world, but this is our root, this is our cradle, this is our motherland. No matter what color you are, no matter whether your hair is straight or not, this is where you belong. And we need to invite in our strategy the participation and the partnership of the entire world around developing Africa, yes, for Africa's sake, but also for the sake of the world, because this is where the future lies. So the African Diaspora Project in the water and sanitation game is absolutely key. We are realizing this with a range of efforts now in various domains, including with the Global Water Research Coalition, including with the Gates Reinvent the Toilet campaign, and many, many others. So colleagues, I'm going to close with quotes from two people. First, a son of the African soil, Amilcar Cabral. When I put this up in other presentations, people say this shows my age. But this has been one of the great freedom fighters of our continent. People that we hold very dear around changing the texture of what the African continent was to what it is today. But he made this really important statement. He said that no matter how hot the water from the well, it will not cook your rice. That if you want to make a difference, if you want this to work, you have no choice but to make a concentrated effort, make large-scale investment, and perhaps most important of all, you have to create the African team. The second person I want to quote is someone in the diaspora. And in my opinion, one of the great philosophers of the 20th century. And he addresses a really, really important point. Because one of the biggest obstacles to our own development is an ingrained and embedded Afro-pessimism. We pull ourselves down far too often. So this great philosopher, his name is Bob Marley. And the quote is, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds." Thank you very much.